Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another Transformers Tuesday, where I am once again showing off a rather excessive haul of plastic crack. Not that that's a bad thing, in my view, but I've got some very interesting items to go through today. I'm very excited indeed. Good evening, Space Bunny. Congrats on being first. And hello, Versace. Good evening to you as well. Space Bunny didn't hear the second sound as you were refreshing. Versace had ads on, so no. Okay, interesting. One of the old Stream Element overlays that I have was active. One of the active overlays. So I don't know. Maybe it was that. Maybe Stream Elements just had a ghost occurrence or something. I don't know. Anyway. So, today, I am going through rather a lot, and I think rather than talk through everything that's going to be looked at through the stream, I'm just going to get on with it. So, let's just go with number one, which is Studio Series Transformers 1 B127, aka Bumblebee. That's what it says, right? Bumblebee. That's how he talks. He goes blah 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 blah. Do you know what I've forgotten? Something to open the damn boxes with. Oh, actually, you know what? I should be able to wangle it with this little screwdriver. Oops. I think the screwdriver will come in handy anyway because there's at least 2 Dinobots who have replaceable faces, so... But we'll get to that later. So, Transformers 1 Bumblebee from the movie Transformers 1. Turning into some sort of little Cybertronian-like sports car. Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Elita 1 go on a mission to save Cybertron. Actually, he isn't Optimus Prime until the end of the movie. Prior to this point, he's known as Orion Pax. So, this description of the movie is actually inaccurate. Yeah, this should be a promising little number. The Studio Series is usually quite good. Collector grade, mainline releases. This will also be adding to my Transformers 1 little collection. I've got Sentinel Prime, I've got Optimus Prime, and now I have Bumblebee and someone else who we'll see later on. Excellent. A very clean retrieval from the box there. We got the instructions, we got the legal shit, the stuff that says if you own this product, your soul is belonging to Hasbro for the next 400 years. Accessories out. Apparently they've stopped doing these now on the new figures. Oh my god. Come on, release thyself. Oh my god. I can see why they got rid of them. Absolute pain in the ass to get through. There we go. So we got a little hand blaster. The rifle. Sort of looking like the ones they use in the film. And then he has a blade. And what's this? Oh, another blade. He gets 2 of them. That's good. And another hand blaster. Very nice indeed. Well, I assume they're hand blasters. They might be thrusters for the vehicle mode. We shall see shortly. Oh, no, I am going to need scissors because I can't cut these things, can I? For goodness sake. Right, bear with. Okay. I'm just going to scoot over a bit, be a little bit closer to them. A little bit closer to the mic. Let me just see. These are... Yeah, they are mirrored, so presumably they do go on old lefty and righty. Stop speculating and get in there. Ooh, still stuck. Alright, that might be because of the bit on the back. There we go. I foolishly cast the box aside before putting the stuff in. I need a better way to remove these because, God, there's just always these little plastic things, sprues, whatever you want to call them, left behind whenever I release the figure. Okay, Bumblebee. Yeah, he's got a great faceplate. That's some really nice shiny silver on there, but he does look a bit grumpy. This webcam won't focus, so I can't really... You can kind of see it. He does not look as cheerful as he appears to be in the film. But he feels great. He's got less back kibble than I expected. His legs are rather chunky as opposed to how they appear in the film, but not a problem. He looks the part. He feels great. Seems like he's got some good posability on him as well. Oh yeah. he's actually a lot cooler than I expected. Oh, has he got some heels, has he? Yep. Some added heel support there. And what's this? I will look at the instructions in a second, but I just want to... Oh yeah, so there, and then another one here. Little... I guess it's a hidden jetpack. I suppose they're facing the wrong way to be a jetpack. Let's give him a rifle to hold. I'm not sure where these are meant to go. Oh, no, you know what? I reckon these attach directly into this. Yeah. There we go. So he gets these like little cannon blast things with a little blade sticking out. I don't know if they have anywhere to go other than on these, but what the hey. We'll see when I look in the instructions in a bit. But this looks like the weapon storage for them, regardless. Might just turn down the brightness a bit. Actually, I might also turn off the overhead light so that this is the only light. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Ooh. Yeah, great looking B127. I do not have any other figures out to compare these two, so there will be no comparisons with their compatriots. Although technically, it's Starscream. The other Transformers Studio series I have is Starscream. They will be able to pose together. Otherwise, I'll just do some pictures in the Discord or something, or on Instagram, as I have recently taken to do. Yes, I do have an Instagram. Very interested to see how this attaches. Kind of want to try and figure it out before I look at the instructions. Oh, do they just sit on his hand? Okay, maybe this hand. Oh, yeah, that's exactly how they work. There we go, so he gets signature hand blasters and the blades that feature in the film. In one pretty fun scene in particular. As for the rifle, it seems it has a 5mm port here and here, but nowhere to plug it into on his back. Unless there's some other clever way of doing it, I'll find out in a bit. Otherwise, if you really want to, you can just store it on the underside of his forearm. I guess that kind of gives him an extra little bit of firepower. But yeah, I really enjoy the robot mode. Let's take a look at the instructions and see if we've missed anything with the accessories. Aha, right, so the rifle apparently attaches on the back this way round? Yeah, it looks that way, but where? Onto what? It's just showing this with like a sort of snapping symbol. Or is it meant to... Oh! Is it meant to... It pegs into the screw hole. Fine. Okay. I mean, that looks a bit untidy. I kind of preferred the one when it was attached to his forearm. But what can you do? I was right about storing these on his back, though. Very cool. God's sake. I can't believe that Automod has let you off all this time, Versace. And today is the day where it's like, nope. Peg that hole. Indeed. Oh God, I've got to awkwardly reach for my cup of tea. God. Tell you what, I might move my coaster. Put it there, that I can reach for it easily. Shout out to Chicken. Okay, so, the robot mode. His head can look up and down a little bit. It can look all around. I think it's kind of on a ball joint, but not one that offers much motion forward and backward. He has a waist swivel, which is a bit tight, but it's not resisted by anything, so you can get him to look all around. Shoulders are on a ball joint, so you've got a bit of butterfly joint there. And obviously they can move 360 degrees all around. That's as far as they can go up, so not very. Little forearms have a almost perfect 90-degree bend. There's upper arm rotation, and even though I think it's to do with the transformation, you can sort of get him to look a bit fruity. Cybertron's next top model. There he is. That's a pretty funny pose. I like that. Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Bumblebee. You have brought us much joy this night. So yeah, some good articulation in the arms. The wrists that pop out to the side, that is a bit tight. I don't know if they'll be less so when we pry the forearm apart, as you may have seen happened earlier. The knees, just over 90 degrees there, but that's some good articulation there as well. That's a nice tight joint. Oh, upper thighs are on ball joints, but there's not much give there. He has an okay spread. Nothing to write home about. So what I did with his ankle just there does seem to be more transformation based, but it does, you know, it does give him that pretty epic foot tilt there. There's a little bit of play on the heels, but I think that's mostly for transformation. And they don't lock in place, so as I'm positioning the foot, this is wanting to kind of go back in on itself. So that's fine. He's got some nice ankle tilt there. Ooh, look at that, very good. So, yeah, it's not a very good spread, but he can do feet flat against the floor with his legs as far apart as they can go. I wanted Bumblebee anyway, but he's one of those figures that is just a pleasant surprise. Because, you know, again, I was expecting much more of a mess on his back. Mainly because of how this bit was hidden in the packaging. It's like, are they emphasising the cleanliness of the robot because it's going to be an absolute mess behind him? But no, it's literally just that. I mean, it's not something I tend to complain about anyway, because, you know, a good robot is a good robot, if you ask me. But when there's less clutter, and when it's a clean robot mode and a clean vehicle mode, I enjoy that about a Transformers figure. Yeah, cool. Alright, so we've seen where the parts go, birds and the bees, and we have seen the robot mode. Let us now see his Cybertronian car mode. I'm going to try not to linger too much on each figure as we go through, because there are 10 more, including 4 Dinobots after this one. Yeah, I was right, these forearm plates do lift up, but they're not... Oh, there we go. I might have been lifting the wrong bit. There, like that. Oh yeah, that does make the hands easier to flip around. Good. So they'll go there. Close these again. Take a look at his back and flip that back. And flip that out all the way. Yeah, it's just showing the tabs that they come out of in there. And then this. Oh right, this comes up. Yeah, okay. Flip it over. That goes all the way back in there. Rotate these around. Do you know, something I thought about doing for some of the characters that I've got is like a picture of all the different versions that I've got of that character. So I've got quite a lot of Bumblebees now. I've definitely got loads of Optimus Primes, but I've also got quite a lot of Sideswipes. Well, I say quite a lot of Sideswipes. I've got like 3, I think. I've got 3 Wheeljacks to speak of. I don't know, it's just kind of fun seeing the same character spread across different iterations. Right, so this... Ah, okay, that snaps a bit, but that goes there. Cool. Then come to the feet and flip these heels up that we mentioned earlier. Feet all the way down like that. And then they flip up and around like that. And then do we peg these together? Got to make sure they're pegging into where they're meant to first. And they are. Yep, put those together. Cool. Oh, did he have a bit of an ab crunch? Apparently so. I missed that. Because this doesn't look like this doesn't look like it's anything to do with the transformation. But that would have been the front of his chest there, I think. So. Oh wait, no, it isn't. This is his front. Huh. I don't know then. But this is definitely correct. Oh wait, no! I'm misreading the instructions. This peg here goes into the hole here. I think. But then how do you explain this? Or is it... Oh no, because it goes in like that. Right, okay. Cool. And then the arms collapse in and tab... What, there? This pig here goes in the hole there. Indeed. Why are they sticking out so far? Oh, okay. There we go. The shoulders are on some kind of weird, like, double hinged joint. But there we go, that's given us the clearance to tab the arms in now. Or at least that should have done. Okay, I think we're there. Oh, he rolls brilliantly. And then there's just the standard weapon storage. Cool. Okay. Transformers 1 Studio Series Bumblebee, or B127. A very nice looking kind of sports car, Cybertronian sports car. It reminds me a lot of the War for Cybertron sports car, although this one's like stretched out a bit. Like the War for Cybertron one is kind of a little like shell bug thing. But this one looks like it's built for speed. And it should be, again. See how well it rolls. I think with enough force I could have pushed that to the other side of the table. Let me try again. Beautiful. Yeah, there's some really good clearance on these wheels. Okay. So it says to peg this on the outside like that, and then these can go here. Although you could also peg them in the same place that you put them on his backpack in these slots here. You could have them facing the other way as, you know, kind of rocket boosters, as I mentioned earlier. Do they also tab on these? Probably not. No, those tabs here are purely for robot mode. Well, cool, yeah, there we go. Very impressed by that. Very excited to add it to the ranks of Transformers 1 Transformers that I have. Obviously, being a deluxe class, he is about the same size as Optimus Prime, which is confusing because Optimus Prime is meant to be a lot bigger, especially when he gets his transformation cog in the film. But he's also, you know, bigger than Bumblebee. I don't know, maybe not that much bigger. See, this is why it's important to do character comparisons. But I chose not to do that today because we've got precious little time and many robots to get through. So that's Bumblebee. We will return him to the table later on. Ooh. Okay, up next we have... Oh, Transformers 1 Starscream, who in the package has been caught looking skyward. I did arrange these in order earlier, and I forgot that I had Starscream right after Bumblebee, so we are still on the Transformers 1 theme. Starscream leads High Guard fighting corruption from the shadows. I feel like it should say the High Guard. Yeah, they make him sound like he's a goodie, but he is a Decepticon. I don't know if he comes with the branding, though. We'll see. Let's crack this one open. Good. There's the instructions. Is there no... Oh my god, Starscream doesn't come with the... Oh, yes, he does. It was hidden. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, do you have to wrap such pathetic paper in so much tape? Oh, okay, well, at least they all came out easily. So what has he got? He's got his two null rays, quite short, but they might scale with the figure. Perspective, indeed. We have some kind of cannon or gun. That looks pretty cool, but I don't recognise it from the film at all. And then we get this on its own, which might also be some kind of gun. The instructions will tell us more. Okay, that is empty. Let us now free him from his prison. Oh, I got that one. Is that everything? Yes. Cool. I've just got to do some cleanup. What I want is for these twist ties to be magnetic, so I can just run a magnet over the table to pick them all up. Okay. Starscream then, as voiced by Steve Buscemi in the Transformers 1 movie. Arrange him how I think he appears in the film, and then we'll look at the instructions to confirm. Okay. He also looks and feels great. In a different sense. Oh my god, I hate his feet. Oh, I don't know. There's something weird about that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think the feet just look weird, like the jets facing towards his toes. It looks like they've gone for like the kind of high heels look that you see in Transformers Prime. His colours are popping on the camera a lot more than they are in hand. Like, this isn't pure white, this is like a sort of off-white. I think you can kind of get that across on the camera. They were good robots trying to make Energon free for all, while Autobots were all greedy and stingy. A Decepticon apologist in the chat. It's alright, we can play it neutral. We can hear from both sides. This is an open forum in the Decepticon. In the Cybertronian Civil War. Right, cool. Let's fit these on. So I kind of, I'm familiar with Starscream. I've got several versions of Starscream now. The null rays are sort of part of his iconic look. And they always seem to go on his shoulders or his arms, so they'll go there. This must go here. Either permanently or not, I don't know, but we'll put it there. But then this thing baffles me. I've got no idea what it's meant to be or where it's meant to go. Like, there's no obvious sort of placement for it unless it goes like here. I mean, it does stay in there, so that could be it. We'll find out when we go into the instructions later. All right. Starscream then. Yeah, he's got that Studio Series quality. Again, I'm not too sold on the faceplate. Bumblebee's head looked better, but I didn't like how he looked kind of stoic and grumpy. Starscream looks like he he looks like he's got big kissable lips. Again, you can't really see in there. He just looks like he's puckering his face, which I don't know. Maybe he is ready to give Megatron a big old kiss, you know. Megatron has fallen for me. Oh god. You just know there's a fanfic out there. Multiple fanfics where that becomes a reality. Okay, he's got pretty stiff elbows, but they bend quite high up. Shoulders come out straight like that. His head can look way down, but not up as much, and they can look around. I think that it is on a ball joint, so you can kind of get some head tilt in there as well. How good is your spread, Starscream? Ooh, better than Bumblebee's, but still not perfect. His knee bend is very good. Very long-legged is Starscream. He has no tilt on the foot that I can see. His toes can bend that way, but that doesn't really help positioning any kind of pose. This is fixed in place, apart from maybe rotating that way for the transformation. But yeah, they don't tilt inwards at all, so nothing doing there. But yeah, no, he's again a good range of mobility. And again, like from the front, robot mode is looking pretty spectacular. It's got that. I can definitely see all the different design cues from all different Starscreams in this. Like, you've got the G1 color scheme, the vents on the side of the head, the wings on the back, just like G1, and yet the wings are kind of angled like upwards, as opposed to flat on the top and then down here like in G1. So the wings are angled kind of like how they are in the War for Cybertron game. The null rays also taken straight out of G1. And again, like I mentioned earlier with the heels, there's a little bit of Transformers Prime in there as well, so definitely appealing to like all corners of Transformers fandom. And it is a great looking Studio Series robot. Now let's inspect the instructions. See, I said he was a Decepticon. See if this can shine some light on what that blue thing was. Okay. Oh yeah, it's showing that he can hold this as a little handgun. I mean, I don't remember seeing him use that in the film, but it's cool that he's got it. I think he does use his null rays in the film, so I'm glad they've got those. It does say to put this on the back. Oh, not facing that way, even though that seems like a natural position for it. The instructions say to fit it that way. And I was right, you put this in that way. Okay, so you do kind of end up with a bit of a droop. It hangs low, but it does not wobble to and fro, and you can't tighten a knot or tie it in a bow. Very sad. So yeah, that's one configuration. The null rays on the shoulders are shown off throughout. Oh, I see. He can also hold this as a gun. It's a bit tight though. So yeah, you can hold that blue thing as a gun. Okay. So interestingly, the transformation doesn't show this attached to Starscream, so I will take it off and leave it off. I'll do the same with his null rays. So we'll just have the base robot as is when we turn him into a Cybertronian aircraft, or Tetrajet, as they are often known. So the wings are on little ball joints here, so they can fold out like that. And then these. Oh, okay, yeah. They'll fold out like that. Wasn't expecting that. Yep, it's just showing that these little grooves fit into this tab here. Fine. Then we pull this down like so. Lift his head up as it was in the box. And then this all rotates round. Is that right? Oh yes, it just clipped into place there. And then this up like that. And then what appears to be part of a nose cone there. Sure. Or wait, no, what? Oh no, that is right. We'll call this Starscream's Pinocchio mode. Oh, interesting. So this does move a bit further. Oh god. Doesn't feel like the kind of thing I can force, but the instructions show it moving like this, so... Ooh. Yeah, not a fan of that at all. How's that meant to work? This doesn't pry apart. It shows it coming up this far. Then right here, yeah, it shows those locking in place, but it also shows this lifting up to be horizontal with the chest plate here. Man, I mean, what's going on with? Oh, all right, that's fine. That goes back on easily enough. But let's leave it off in case it helps with what we're doing. See, there's a little hinge here that I can't quite make out. I can't make out if that's meant to move or not, or if it's just there to hold everything together. Put that back now. See, I've got a feeling that the little groove just in there is meant to slide into some little divots on the side of the nose cone here. I mean, the head is absolutely in the right place, and these tabs are in the right place. Yeah, it's just this bit that I don't understand. I'm just going to bring it towards me for a closer inspection. Can't do that because I can't fucking see anything. Ugh. God. Nearly an hour in, and we're only on our second robot. Got a feeling we might have to do 2 streams. What is the deal with this bit, man? Let's backtrack a bit. So close that up, and put it down there. Yep, good. So we moved all these out of the way. We open this up out of the back. His head has been lifted up, and then this whole section, including this bit, yeah, including this bit, goes up, and then lift this bit up all the way like that, and that does snap. Bring this down like that. Yeah, okay. What, like that? No, it's saying to put that bit down, but it was down already. Oh! That did actually move in a different position, but now everything's come apart. Why? Okay, there we go. Right, that makes more sense. And then that all comes up. Right. There we go. We solved the puzzle. Flip it over, and this bit comes down over the head, and then on his feet we've got these blue panels which come out there, and then swing these down like so. Pinch these together. Good. Alright, and the upper legs peg into the inside of the lower legs, which I think may have already happened. Hey, now, come on. Buying that. Come on, behave. What do you think you're doing? There we go. Just had to be a bit more forceful than I was prepared to be. So, yep, good. And then the feet, or the heels rather, they come up like this. And tab into there. Very good. And then these blue panels come back up and tab into the side of where we just moved the heels to. Yeah, I think that seems okay. They aren't sitting flush with the side of the vehicle mode, but everything seems to be in its proper position. Right, so then the feet here come up and sit there like that. Cool. Flip him over, and the arms tab into the sides here, like that. Cool. shoulders. Is it saying the shoulders need to do anything? Now I don't understand how the shoulders are meant to work. It's like they rotate on a separate hinge. Oh, they do. Yeah, they fold out like that. Okay. Okay, so they open up like that. And then it shows this attaching here. Yeah, and then the other one on this side. If I can jolly well get it in there. Yeah, okay. And then it wants this on this. Oh, no, like that. And it wants this sitting here. Tell. What, like that? Oh my god, stop bloody moving. Oh yeah, okay, that sits like that. Oh, and then we rotate the shoulders back in this way. And that gun kind of stays there as like a, what do they call it, the undercarriage sort of firearm. Okay, like that. Huh. And the null rays line up like that. Oh, okay, well I'm glad I've got somewhere to go, but that felt more complicated than it needed to be. Now the wings, rotate them like that. Yeah, that looks right. Fold out the little wings. And then bring this up that way. Hey, well no, hang on, he didn't tell me where the wings are meant to go. Like that, okay. God, now there's some clearance issues. What a palaver. Okay, well this won't stay put, but it's definitely meant to sit in that groove there. like that. No, it refuses. That's a shame. That's kind of knocked it down a peg, because I thought the transformation was quite interesting up until this point. Now it seems to be annoying. I'm just sort of tweaking some parts to see if it's something to do with the step we did earlier, but no. It simply does not want to stay input for very long. Okay, that kind of looks the part, so I think we're done there. And then it says to put this on top like so. So there we go. We get quite a nice looking jet, to be honest. Despite the transformation, it's a really cool looking Tetrajet. Again, quite reminiscent of that G1 design, but also the forward-facing wings are very much like the War for Cybertron design. So yeah, that's cool. Quite a bit of the robot mode is more hidden than I expected, but you do get the obvious little hands hanging off the end there. Hello, Venomane. Yes, indeed, it is Starscream, the rightful leader of the Decepticons, or so some would have you believe. And we have just finished taking a look. Yeah, again, as impressive a robot mode as one would expect from a studio series, let down by the transformation a little bit, especially, you know, getting everything to hold together in this form. But there were some really interesting design choices that I quite enjoyed along the way, but the final product I felt could have maybe had a bit more polish in terms of finishing the transformation. Like it felt unsatisfying to me. But still great overall. Again, I wouldn't have got it if I didn't know I was going to enjoy it. And then just because he is from the same movie, there is Bumblebee in his vehicle mode. For comparison, I mean, there's not much to compare. One is land and one is air. Ooh, lovely. Right, finished my cup of tea. Okay, yeah, we are an hour in. We've only done 2 robots so far. Starscream is the true leader. Megatron is just a usurper. Hopefully using the right word. Yeah, Megatron usurped. Well, to be honest, I don't know. I think it might depend on the lore. Like, he's either the first Decepticon leader or the most recent Decepticon leader. I can't think of the name of anyone who came before him. Anywho. So he could have usurped someone, is what I was getting at. So 1 hour, 2 robots. How many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, I'm calling it now. I will not be opening all of the Transformers that I have available. I'm going to do 2 more deluxe class guys, who we'll get into in just a second, and then we're going to do 2 Dinobots, and the rest I'll do another day, maybe next Tuesday. So there we are, calling it now. Only because it's taken me an hour to do 2, and if I had 11 total, I don't want to stream for that long. So yeah. Well, up next is one of 2 Sideswipes for this evening. This is Transformers Devastation Studio Series Sideswipe. A repaint of his Transformers Earthrise mold, which has kind of been the de facto Sideswipe look. Reminiscent of a Lamborghini Countach LP 500S, but for legal reasons cannot look precisely like that. In fact, I don't even think in the game he looks precisely like that one, but you can see he's got the same headlight paints as he does on the toy, as he does in the game, so there we are. This brings my Devastation gang up to 3. I have Optimus Prime and Wheeljack as well. Sideswipe bravely battles Megatron in an attempt to intercept the takeover of the Proud Star. The Proud Star. Oh, see, Transformers Devastation ended with such a cliffhanger, sorry. I think I'm on a hangover. Because right at the very end, it reveals I mean, spoiler alert, obviously, but I did play Transformers Devastation on stream, so you can go and look at this on my YouTube. The Proud Star is a Cybertronian ship that they find on Earth, and who's on board? Nova Prime, one of the fallen leaders of the Autobots, one of the previous wielders of the Matrix of Leadership, who was thought lost, and has a really pretty fucking epic look about him. But yeah, they never did a sequel, so we never got to follow it up. Very sad. I just realised I'm cutting the robot out before I get to the accessories. Usually I do the accessories first. Oh no! Alright, there we go. We'll take a look at him in just a second. Let's get these out. So, you may remember some time ago I got Legacy Armada Wheeljack. Armada Wheeljack is basically a retool of this Sideswipe, but the transformation is the same. So I won't need the instructions to find that out. I don't even know if they're picking up on camera. They might be a little bit. These silly little plastic sprues. Alright, cool. So, yep. Sideswipe's shoulder cannon. Plugs in there. Could plug in the other end as well. Don't know which one will look better actually. Okay, that'll do. And then he has his rifle, which I don't recognise it. It might be inspired by what appears in the Devastation game, but that's not the most interesting about. That's not the most interesting thing about this anyway. The figure is. So he's got the classic Sideswipe look, a very nice red colour, bright white, and a little bit of black in there as well, and some silver shoes to finish off the look. I should say, not only is Armada Wheeljack a retool of this guy, so is Gigawatt, surprisingly. Gigawatt has some similar transformation features as Sideswipe here. So Sideswipe has a shoulder cannon over his right shoulder, I think. No, I think I put it over his left, because Red Alert has a shoulder cannon as well, being a retool of Sideswipe. I mean, it varies depending on his appearances or animation errors. So yeah, he looks really cool. This is a really cool version of Sideswipe. I love the cell shading on the window. It's a lot more obvious than Wheeljack's is. And again, Devastation Wheeljack, Devastation Optimus Prime. I'll get some pictures of them together separately after the stream or at some point during this week. I've got the week off, so I'll have time for it. Yes, I've just spied my masterpiece Sideswipe is somewhere up here, and I do have his shoulder cannon on his left shoulder. Yeah, I really like the colour. I think the rifle is looking quite cool as well. That kind of machine detailing all those gaps and rivets. Rivets and divots, baby. He does look a bit bright pink, but that might just be the camera. Or this lighting. Anyway, yeah, as I said, I already know his transformation, but let's just go over his posability. His head is on a ball joint, which I don't think Armada Wheeljack's is, so this is something a bit different. He has quite a nice looking face as well. But again, that's not really showing up on camera because I can't zoom in or focus. So yeah, he's got quite a lot of range on his head. Can look down that far or look up that far. The arms, pretty basic stuff. Upper arm rotation, a 90-degree elbow bend, and a little bit of hand flapping. But the shoulders can stick straight out. He does have a waist rotation, just like that. No ab crunch. Not quite 90 degrees at the knee. But he does have a delicious spread. And quite a bit of foot tilt as well, so he can almost have them flat on the ground, but not quite. Oh, in terms of weapon storage, he can just have this on his back. And obviously the shoulder cannon will remain as the shoulder cannon. And now the transformation, as I said, I know how to do this. Just like that. Fold those on the side. And there we have it. A very nice, sleek, beautifully red sports car. Really nice. It's a shame it doesn't come with the spoilers. I mean, if one was to attach spoilers, they would have to be like 3D printed to replace like maybe the knee parts, or maybe these pieces here. But they would also have to be arranged in such a way as to not interfere with the transformation. But that would really complete the look. It's a little let down by these grey pieces here as well. It would have been nice if they were also red, because they're kind of breaking up the paint apps here. And lastly, the wheels. It'd be nice if they looked a bit different as well, more Countach-y. I mean, I'm sure it's doable without actually using the Countach look. But you know, overall, it's still a beautiful shade of red. Again, I really like the cell shading look on the windscreen, and he'll look right at home with Wheeljack, I guess. And then let's just go for some classic awkward Transformers weapon storage, where it's just a sports car with a blooming great cannon on top. See, that is a 5mm hole in the gun right there, but this is struggling to get in, so... Ooh, there we go. I just had to find the right angle, apparently. So, there we are. There's Sideswipe. And then, because he's the only other car we have on display at the moment, there's Bumblebee. So quite similar in size, but you know, they're both deluxe class car formers, so that checks out. Yeah, cool. Another good one. And we can thank Hannah for that one, because that was a birthday present from her to me. Okay, so one more little guy, and then 2 Dinobots, and then that'll be it for today's stream. So, next up, we have the next entry into the 13 Primes. GG Hannah. Indeed. She also got me another Sideswipe from the War for Cybertron Studio Series line. So, again, that'll be in a next week Transformers stream. But yeah, we've got Micronus Prime here. The latest entry into the 13 in the Age of the Primes line. So, if anyone was interested, we've got, so far, Primer Prime, Solus Prime, Alchemist Prime, Alpha Trion, Onyx Prime, Megatronus, and now Micronus Prime. So, 5, 6. We've got 7 of the 13, Quintus Prime and Amalgamus Prime, have been announced / are almost at release. So that brings us to 9. Just 4 remain of the 13. I'm very interested to see what they end up looking like. Anyway, Micronus Prime. I think for the other primes I've brought up a little bio on TF Wiki, so if you'll just bear with me, I'll do that today. And we'll read up a little bit about Micronus Prime. Because, you know, he is a deep cut character. He is only known in the aligned continuity, and even then there's not much known about him. If I had carried on with the other robots, we would have got to another deep cut, which I'm very excited to show off, but that'll be next time as well. Oops. Micronus Prime. So I'm having to navigate my hand around all the cables that are hanging off my microphone. Okay. At the dawn of time, Primus created Micronus Prime, conscience and moral centre of the 13. Although he is the smallest member of this venerated group, he possesses boundless reserves of energy and a clever mind, enabling him to predict the actions of his brothers and sisters before even they know what they're going to do. Micronus's innocent nature belies his strong ethical sense. Although he takes his role very seriously, he approaches his duties with a light spark and an easy touch. He eschewed the most dour members of the 13 in favour of the free-spirited Onyx Prime, whom he once considered his closest friend, and his creative energies also inspired him to strike up friendships with Solus Prime and Nexus Prime. So we haven't got Nexus Prime yet in the Age of the Primes line, but Nexus Prime is a combiner, so I don't know whether they'll do that for this line. That would be very cool if they did. Micronus' siblings always appreciated his presence. He could impart a fraction of his energy upon them using the Chimera Stone, directing his own energies into a form that suited their needs. He would pass a version of this ability on to his descendants, the Minicons, and that is another deep cut which we'll get into later. In recent years, Micronus Prime has retreated to the realm of the Primes, where he temporarily served as a mentor and spiritual guide to Optimus, the youngest member of the 13. In this role, he prefers to let his younger sibling learn through trial and error, sometimes feigning a blithe indifference to the mental and physical rigours of his training regimen. In reality, though, Micronus cares deeply about all living things, be they transformer or otherwise. There we are. A nice little summary of what Micronus Prime is all about. So here we've got Alchemist Prime there. That's Micronus. And that's Solus. Can't even see them because of the light, but there they are. And no one else is printed on here. So this is actually Micronus here. But to upscale the purchase into deluxe class, they've given him an exosuit, which also turns into a little motorcycle for him to use. And he turns into something very interesting. We'll get into that later. For now, let's crack it open. I'm very excited to get to the Dinobots, not gonna lie. I've got four Dinobots left. Swoop I already opened, but I think we knew this. I'm gonna do Snarl and Sludge after these. I'm just excited to have some big clumpy stompy Dinobots finally in my collection. Okay. Micronus Prime has his own little tiny wrapped thing here. I wonder what this could be. This is if I can even get into the damn thing. Oh, okay. I think this is possibly meant to be the Chimera Stone that we read about. But I can see exactly where this is meant to go. I'll just put that down there. And now we'll just set our little man free. That sounded a bit dirty, didn't it? There we go, that just sits in that chest there. Okay. Thank God the Dinobots won't have any of these plastic sprues. Micronus Prime, boxed in the exosuit, as we can see. A chunky little lad, but he is deluxe class, so he probably isn't that much size difference between Solus. Maybe more so with Alchemist Prime, because he himself is a chunky deluxe class sized bot. Oh wow, that's got some spin on it, look at that. They are very fun to spin around. We'll find out more about them in the transformation, I guess. So, I mean, this isn't the heart of Micronus Prime. This is. So let's take a look at the man himself first. There we go. So it sits in there very neatly, and I guess one could close this up, and you know, maybe he can pilot it remotely, like Robot can in the Invincible comic / show. Or it's the Pinky and the Brain. No, sorry, Pinky and the Brain. Whoops, other way around. He's so small that I might be able to figure out how to do this without the instructions. Let's see. Yeah. Ah. He's so tiny. So teeny tiny. There he Look at that. I love that he's got a 5mm peg in his hands. So he could hold something that is absolutely much bigger than he is. I'm very tempted to like put the Starsaber in his hands or something, because you know the Starsaber is made up of minicons and he himself is the prime of minicons, so yeah. He is just adorable. I love the transparent plastic on him. And he's even got storage. Do it. Oh my god. Hang on. Oh no, I've got some boxes sitting in front of it. Remind me later and I'll do it when the boxes are cleared. Because at the moment they're in front of the cabinet where the minicons are. Oh man. He's got a very small face, but it is actually styled after the look of the Transformers in Transformers Prime. I'm not really sure how to describe that, but you'll know it when you see it. God, look at him. He is both tiny and yet also hench and chonk. He's very chunky. Ball jointed shoulders and forearms. The forearms are very tight. But that's good, means he can hold a pose. You know what they say about robots with big hands? Big wheels. Damn right. He promises to have a... Oh, look at that. The tiniest, most beautiful spread we ever did see. No waist swivel. Can bend up and down. There's a knee bend like that. And that's also on a ball joint. So a good range of motion for one so small. I'd say his posability is about the same as the minicons for the Starsaber. And speaking of the minicons, turn his head around. Let's put his arms back where they were. If I can remember. Look at me being all, oh, I can probably figure this out without the instructions, meh. I mean, that does look right, to be fair. Yeah, like that, and then... Oh right, do they... Ah, there we go. They go down and slide in there. Alright, we figured it out. There we go. So, Micronus Prime turns into this. Which, you know, it's just a disc. Reminiscent of the discs that... So the early War for Cybertron Soundwave came with a Ravage or a Laserbeak, which turned into like a sort of round, flat disc, a lot like this. Anyway, that's not the point. This icon is the same icon used by the Minicons in the Transformers Armada cartoon. So one could argue that he turns into a Minicon data disc, the very first, being a Prime and all that, being one of the first Transformers. So I just quite enjoyed that deep cut, seeing as I'm a Transformers fan. You know, Transformers Armada. Sorry, I meant as an Armada fan in particular. Transformers Armada is where it started for me, so I quite enjoyed that. There we are. Probably going to need to put him back into a robot mode actually, because we've seen how he fits in here. So let's turn him back into a robot, and we'll get him on his little unicycle momentarily. No, other way. Very easy transformation now that I've figured it out. Okay, so the exosuit, not much movement in the head, but it's kind of hard to get a grip on it because his head kind of disappears in there because the Micronus is missing from the center of it. But the head can look left and right. Can't really tell if it can look up or down because of that plate. Never mind. There is no waist swivel because I think the cage that is his abdomen kind of prevents that. Shoulders come all the way up. Yep, they're on a couple of hinge joints there, so they've got some good range. Upper arm rotation, that's very tight, but it is there. Elbow bend of just under 90 degrees. Wrist rotation, which I think might be to do with transformation, but he does have these fingers, which don't move. I think they are meant to be just the exhausts, but one could also see them as like finger guns, literal finger guns, not just pew-pew. His legs are kind of hidden by these massive chonks, but there's his knee bend, which I think is very interesting. Like this plate appears there as his kneecap, otherwise it goes behind the shin. Upper leg rotation, a very nice spread for an exosuit. He's got that that foot tilt, so you can do that spread and look good doing it. No foot tilt and no swivel on the foot either, so just the upper leg swivel there. But yeah, very cool. I mean, again, you know, I say the Studio Series line have very good materials. Age of the Primes does as well. It's another very very high quality deluxe class Transformer to add to the ranks of the 13. And I'm excited to see what this unicycle looks like. But let's get the instructions out first. Yep, it's saying to put the stone in there, the Chimera stone. Oh god. Will you stand up straight? Oh, interesting. It actually says to pop his arms off. So I guess if you really wanted to, you could have a Transformer hold this as a gun. That's pretty cool. Right, so pull those off, and then open the chest up. And yeah, take out Micronus, we've already done that. And then pull his trousers off. Oh my god. This guy's really falling apart. Yeah, we did that. And then coming to the trousers, these rotate up. These out to the side. Put the toes down. He broke one already, 3 points. It's different when it's intentionally broken though. Oh, sorry, as in it's meant to. Then closed it. Oh. Well, I don't think the instructions told me to lift that out, but I have now done so. There we go. And that becomes a wheel. A very hefty wheel as well for what it is. Wait, is that telling me to fold it in? Oh, okay. Fine. Cool, so that's part one. We come back to this and we fold the exosuit head in. We fold up these panels. Yep, into those grooves there. Oh, I think it actually wants this separated as well. The Chimera Stone, which has now hit the floor. Brilliant. Maybe we should have had a prediction on. Ooh, come on, where are you? Oh my god, all the way over there, really? Oh, dear. Right, back to this. Yep, cool. So it's saying we should have A, B, C, D, and E. So A, B, C, D is both of these, and E is the Chimera Stone. All right. So this, holding it this way, we lift up this bit and bring these down. Bring that down like so. Oh, and then, right. Oh, that's cool. These spinning blades, they peg into the holes on the side of the wheel here. Just got to line them up properly. If they would go where they're meant to. There we go. Cool. Oh wow. That's really fun. Great. Next. So I'll put the wheel in and attach those. Oh, and then I think these come down either side to further reinforce those. Yeah, there's a... Ooh. Yeah, they're not coming out, so that looks like it's fixed in place. And that rolls really nicely as well. Unicron? No, unicycle. Oh my god, now I want... I mean, this is effectively a transformer that turns into a unicycle. Love it. Okay, so have it facing that way, and then we take the arms. Doesn't matter which way around they are. Yep, this way. This one's here. And this one here. Cool. And I think they kind of act like a kickstand. You can just rotate those down and have it sit like that. But that's done. But then what about the Chimera stone? Oh, it goes on his back. Cool. Like that. Ah, lovely. Thank you for the lectin. Big hands, bigger wheel. It's like I said, you know what they say about big hands, big wheels. Thank you for the lectin, much appreciated. He cloned himself, held hands, and created the full bike, birthing the Junkions. Right. No, it's actually showing to bend the forearms. Hang on. So I guess bend these that way, and bend that right around, and then it actually shows it to go like that, as if it's like an actual kickstand. I can do that one. Gives us something more to do with the arms, doesn't it? There we go. Right, and then Micronus, man of the hour, sits astride the seat here. There's actually some grooves in the side of the body that his feet attached to. Well, I don't know if attach is the right word, but they help him there. But then you give him some extra support with his hands on the steering wheel. There we go. And with that, he can race along with the fastest of them. Oh, that's a very unique Transformer. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Do I have any? I mean, I suppose you could see Micronus as a like a Power Master. You know, if you think of the exosuit as the Transformer, but he's inactive without Micronus to power him up. Kind of works that way. I guess kind of like... oh, I don't have a Power Master, actually. I've got Target Masters and I've got Headmasters, which kind of work in a similar way. It's just that they turn into their head and weapon, respectively. So there's some other things here shown in the instructions, which I think is quite cool. And I could probably do something similar with some of the other figures I've got, but for this one, it's using the example of one of the Age of the Prime's aerial bots. And you can attach the exosuit as a sort of backpack to other robots, as like some extra gear and some extra weaponry, which is pretty cool because one of the Transformers I'll be looking at next week now does something similar. So yeah, that is cool that he can kind of be. It kind of lends itself to that description that I read on TF Wiki. You know. He could impart a fraction of his energy upon them using the Chimera Stone, directing his own energies into a form that suited their needs. So if they needed one wheel, he's got a spare tyre. There we go. So yeah, it rolls really nicely. Obviously it can't really roll by itself. It is just the one wheel. But it does roll quite freely, which I think is really nice. And I think Micronus looks pretty good. Sitting up there, he's all confidence. That is a very confident pose on top of his unicycle. He's like daring you to laugh at him. Well, yeah, I mean, as an entry into the Age of the Primes line, again, a really unique thing. Kind of like Onyx Prime. Onyx Prime did some things that I didn't expect and did some things that I've not come across before. Micronus Prime is just like that in the among the 13. They're going to be a really interesting bunch when they're all assembled. I mean, they're quite an interesting bunch already, and I've only got 7 of them. So yeah, there's Micronus Prime. Now, we will look. We'll look at everybody together at the end of the stream. I'm going to take a little break now, probably have some cake. And then we'll take a look at a couple of Dinobots. Some rather epic Dinobots, because they are for the Masterpiece selection in my collection. And again, here's the one that I've already opened and taken a look at. This is Swoop. Where's our piece? Come and get it! So yeah, I mean, Swoop alone is fucking fantastic. I'm so glad to have been able to sneak all of these guys for quite a steal. It was still a hell of a lot of money, but an epic steal in my book. I couldn't have got them for any less than what I paid for them. So yeah, we're going to look at Snarl and Sludge once I'm back from break. Doors open, let's go space. Yeah, alright, I will see you guys in just a little bit. BRB. Hello, I am back. Hi, back. I'm Rob. Tee. Guess I'll have ice cream while I wait. Wheels up for cake. I've got vanilla custard to bring. Beer, cake. I don't have a cake sound alert, I'm afraid. Quote 970. Hush, little Amy, don't you cry, or Robo's going to make you die. Oh my god, how villainous. I guess playing as Amy in Sonic Adventure was not agreeing with me that day. Right, yes, thanks for your patience while I took a little break, had a little cake, and of course, grabbed a beer. And I'm going to taste that beer, and then we're going to take a look at the next Dinobot. So this is Mikkeller Hop Shop Hazy IPA, one that Hannah brought back from Copenhagen. Now serving 49. No little blurb or anything, but it's definitely one that I think has appeared in Beer 52 before. Not the beer itself, but like, you know, Mikkeller. Ooh. That is very nice. Really light and refreshing. Transforming beer into piss. Sure, if you like. Okay. So we're going to look at two Dinobots before rounding out the stream. The first one is too big for the camera. It is... so, I've gone over this before. To anyone not familiar, I will go over it again. So, there are manufacturers out there who are not Hasbro or Takara, who hold the rights and the brand that is Transformers. So, they produce the things that are actually called Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Starscream, so on and so forth, with the branding, with the logo. But there are other manufacturers who, through some legal loophole or another, can make characters who look like Transformers characters and turn into things that those characters transform into. But so long as they don't name it that character that it is intended to be, or give it any kind of branding like Autobot badges or Decepticon badges or whatever, they can produce them and they can sell them and they can make a profit and be a leading manufacturer of Transformers for collectors. And Fans Toys are just one such group. So these were actually produced 10 years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago now. Fans Toys Iron Diebots. And this is Fans Toys Stomp, their legally distinct name of Sludge. I think I've got the names right now. I often got confused with the Transformers. Sludge is this one. Snarl is the Stegosaurus. Slug is the Triceratops. Grimlock is the T-Rex. And Swoop is the Pteranodon. I guess I better take a quiz later and make sure I've got that right. Anyway, Sludge turns into a robotic Brontosaurus, who we can see on the back here, looking very shiny, just like Swoop. I think he comes with a spare head, or maybe comes with a spare head for one of the other guys. Don't know. Ooh, 2016. Okay, let me put that on my spreadsheet. I put the year they are produced on my collection spreadsheet. So, Stomp 2016. There we go. Bam. See, they take a while to come out with these. Swoop was from 2014. And if Stomp here is from 2016, you can see how long they take to get between the robots. Okay. Let's get this out. Oops. It's okay, it's fine. He's packaged. So he's not going to fall out or get damaged. And then there's the instructions and the character card. I think we can bring the camera back down here now. Yep, just a big wall of white. Not to be confused with Waltz white. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah. Ooh, he big. Okay. He's come apart a little bit in the box, but that's fine. Should be able to figure out how to click this back together. And then again, maybe not. Ah, there we go. Just trying to get his arms looking presentable as well. And I'm trying to get his hands out. Come on, out you come. Okay. Here is Stomp, or as I know him, Sludge. ASMR styrofoam noises, indeed. I apologise if that is... Oh, fuck. Oh my god, look at that. Even the gun is shiny. Oh yeah, a lot of the weapons have the ability to put in batteries to make them light up. Same with the sword. You just unscrew them, put the battery in, screw it back together, and the sword would light up. I'm not too interested in that, but it's cool that you can do it. And... oh yes. Those of you familiar with the source material will know what these mean. And it looks like he has an option to have, oh yeah, red eyes and also yelling. And then look, brothers! Although you can swap out the blue eyes for them as well, and he's got a spare face there as well. I don't know if I'll use the spare faces. I also don't know what bit this is meant to be, this red bit. I usually go for what is cartoon accurate, so I'll have to just compare these to the cartoon and see what they look like. Tits! Sure. I think that's everything out of the styrofoam. So the styrofoam ASMR will cease momentarily. Okay, yeah. He is gigantic, just as I wanted him to be. And then, obviously, we can do an immediate size comparison with Swoop, who is shorter at the head, but he is smaller than the other Dinobots anyway, because he's the light airborne one, whereas the other ones are the Clomper Stompers who do all the heavy damage on the ground. I'm going to need to hoover up in here tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see them all together. I'm kind of glad that I'm pacing it a bit. and that I won't see all the Dinobots together until after the next stream, which may be Thursday, pending discussion. Oh yeah, what I said about official branding. This Autobot badge was added by the previous owner. I didn't add that, nor was it actually printed onto the figure already. Yeah, I mean, how impressive is this? The shiny gold. You've got the transparent plastic here with the kind of robotic detailing underneath. Shiny shoulder here on the Dino mode. Shiny ab. Well, I guess that's part of the dinosaur body. This is shiny. This is shiny. Shiny. You got some shiny bits here as well. It does make me a little bit nervous about, you know, what if I scratch it? But there's nothing doing. They will get transformed back and forth over the years, so I'll just have to be careful with them. Wow. See, I'm doing the Dinobots in kind of order of preference. Like, personally, Slug is my favourite. Like, the fucking Triceratops, man. I feel like he's got more advantages than the others, barring Grimlock. Like, you know, Swoop is cool, airborne, but, you know, kind of lightweight. Sludge here, very big and clumpy, but has no kind of external weaponry other than, you know, the sword and the gun that he just has for robot mode mainly. Snarl has, of course, the Thagomizer on the back, but then is only really able to protect himself from the rear. Whereas Slug can fucking... He's got it all. He's big, clunky, full of spiky pieces that can just impale anything and everyone. And that's why I love him. But, wow. I'm just in awe of how good this robot looks. I mean, I was in awe when I got Swoop out. And now here's Slug. But no, not Slug. Sludge. I will get the names right. Anyway, his hands are pretty massive as well. Individually articulated fingers, and they're nice and tight as well, so they'll hold a pose and you won't need to move it again. The thumb is one piece. Oh my god, I found the one piece. He can, of course, wield his deliciously glowing shiny sword. Oh, there we go. This one, the tab actually goes into his hand. Swoop doesn't hold so well. So there he is holding a sword which is too tall for the camera to pick up. And then we can give him his gun in the other hand. Nice, loud, solid, clickety ratchets as well. You just know when you move them into position, they're not going to go anywhere. There we are. There we are. Me Sludge ready to kick ass. Oh wow. So yeah, let's take another look at these accessories. So yeah, this, I'm not sure what this is meant to be. It looks like it might be like for is it I can't get my head around it. I don't know. I don't know what this is for. The instructions may tell me. And then, yeah, we've got the option to have blue eyes, as well as red, for the face that he comes with, and also these faces. So it's kind of another kind of expressionless blank face, and one face that's yelling for mummy. Again, these might be the more toon accurate ones. I will find out later. And lastly, we have this. Space Bunny will know what this is. And thanks to Blokies, I taught Hannah what these are as well, because the Blokies Sludge comes with this as well. But I won't get to show them off until after we've converted into Dino mode. So before we get a look at the instructions, let's take a look at the robot mode in some more detail. I'll take the guns away. So, he's very weighty, very heavy guy, but he has to be, you know, to hold all these poses and to be the absolute behemoth that the Dinobots are. His head isn't on a ball joint, but it's on multiple hinges. He can look up and down that far and look around. He doesn't have an ab crunch that I can see. There's a little bit of give there, but I think that's for transformation. Space actually doesn't recognise them. Thought they were googly eyes or toots. You'd be right on the first one. They're googly eyes. It's a shame I don't have Devastator. I mean, there's your clue. It involves Devastator. When he's in Dino mode, I will explain. For now, feel free to ponder. He has a ratcheted waist. So his hips do seem to catch a little bit, depending how you turn him. Just got to be careful with that. We've seen his shoulders a bit already. They come out this far on one hinge, but then another hinge allows them to come out even further. So he's got some great shoulder articulation there. T-pose to assert dominance. They come down like that. He's got upper arm rotation. They kind of lock into place here, but they do move quite easily. A nice 90-degree elbow bend there. They also bend the other way, probably more for Dino mode. Hands can rotate, and we've seen the articulating fingers already. He does seem to be sitting on the back of his heels a bit, but he's not falling over, which just shows how heavy he is. Maybe in particular in the leg. Or there's something mistransformed in the feet, I don't know. But speaking of legs... Oh yeah, his legs are very heavy. He cannot do a high kick on his own. So the side-to-side hip motion is friction. There's no ratchet there. Upper thigh rotation, and he does have a knee bend, just to that point. He has a toe tilt for those kind of, you know, sort of planting his feet. But the rest of his feet don't move, so it's all resting in these gold pieces here, which are die cast. They are metal. So yeah, that's his posability. God, he's just absolute gorgeous to look at. I love the shade of red in his body. It's nice that that's there to break up the grey. Same with the gold. Very excited to see what it looks like as a dino now. Ooh. Okay. I don't know how complicated he'll be to transform. Swoop was actually very easy. Here we are. Oh my god. Big old wall of text there, which I'm not going to read out. But these usually indicate some kind of power level or intelligence, wits, strategy, stuff like that. See, this says 2015. Interesting. The box said 2016. We will see. And now the guide. Hopefully this will explain what the red thing is all about. It does say eye part. Interesting. So it is for the eyes. Oh, hang on. It could be for the Dinobot mode. The Dino mode, sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it now. So they both go in the Dino mode. So you can give him red Dino mode eyes or blue Dino mode eyes, as I imagine blue is what is pre-installed. Okay. Oh, there's replacement parts for Fans Toys 06's feet here. Now, they weren't in the box, but I think the seller mentioned something about them being already installed. So they might come with one of the other robots, one of the other Dinobots. So transformation of alt mode. I've got to put the hands back where they were from where I got them out earlier. Split these, flip that out, and the hands go in there. Good. Now the same on this side. Okay. Then open that out and open this out with it if it will come out. Oh, like that, okay. Round to the back. Oh, surprise. Dino mode head. Corsian. Corsian with an S. Please transform the dino head according to instructions or you may fail to hide it. So it's just showing how to angle these pieces to get the head to hide away properly. That's fine. I can worry about that when I turn him back into dino mode, really. So back to this bit. It pushes in like that. And this closes up. Okay, so far so good. We've got to leave this here. Lift up the shoulders at those red sections. And then these shiny parts come round here like that. Oh, I was a bit keen, they don't quite meet in the middle yet. Pull them apart again. There we go. Alright, pull them there. Put the shoulders down again. And then this down like that. Then these come together. And we've got the beginnings of a dino mode. Okay, now we're coming here. So I've got to push these bits down to pull the hips down. Yeah, I'm familiar with this because my Astro Train, which is actually a Fans Toys production, that works in the same way. Okay, so they're down like that with the thighs meeting in the middle, good. And then the thighs pull down like that. These are falling out, but that's fine, they're meant to. Rotate this whole section around. And then rotate these around as well. Okay. taking a look at the foot, this whole assembly flops out. And then on the inside of the leg, that rocks out like that. Guess we'll do the same on this side. Yeah. Then here. I think I'm jumping the gun a bit here, but I think this bit is going to be mostly self-explanatory. I apologise if I'm not showing that much on camera. There is a lot of robot here. Okay. Alright, so that bit closes, and then we're left with that. Okay, cool. Yep, done the same on that side. And then these don't put your finger into this gap or you may get hurt. Alright, fair enough. Okay. Okay, so those like that. Close the tail pieces together. God, there's going to be so many greasy fingerprints all over these shiny parts. Okay, and then... Ah, yeah, like that. That was very satisfying when that all came together. Very nice. See, there we've got our tail. So coming this side, these pieces turn up. And there's some panels under here that I need to get to. Like that. Oh, and they just help hold the tail in place. Very nice. Ooh. There we are. Okay, back onto this side. We've got some panels. So this opens up. Ah, see, this is what I love about some of the third-party companies. Like this underside here. Like you wouldn't see that gap when he's in Dino mode. Like unless you're just playing him belly up, but. You know, for the most part, I certainly won't be doing that. And yet they've included these panels to help you keep this bit hidden, or to close it up to make it one solid piece. I love it when they do that. Okay, we are now looking at these. Looks like there's a button that has to be. Oh no, not a button. Something. Ah, here we go. This bit. You just use your fingers to lever this out, like that. We'll do the same on this side. Like that. Please hold this part to pull out the lower leg. Okay, yep, they're out. And then close that. Pull the little tootsies out, which are also die-cast metal, my word. There we go. Oh, he's going to be impressive. Coming to the front. Oh yeah, no, cool. It's just showing us the correct way to angle the neck. Mine seems to be in perfect position. Oh my god, here we are at the end. That's it. There is Sludge. Oh, that was a really fun transformation. I really enjoyed that. See, this is before the era where fans' toys ended up being super complicated. Particularly with their 86 movie cast. Oh, man. See, the feet have lost a bit of their shine. Or unless they never had much shine. See, this bit isn't die cast, this bit is. So, holy fucking shit, it's a dinosaur. It is. And what a dinosaur, look at that. What a beast. God, he looks fucking awesome. And this is one I said was like my least favourite of the Dinobots. So, I mean, in terms of articulation, he can bend down his neck to graze. You want one? Oh, I don't know, Space. You can try looking at eBay. That's where I've looked a few times, and individually, I think you might see one for about 170. Otherwise, a lot of them are like 200 each. You pondered getting the knockoff Dinobot combiner. That'd be cool. I don't know how good that is as a set, but it could be worth it. Ooh. Okay, so his teeth are very sharp, but you can see he's got some barrels in there. I couldn't quite get them out though. So he's got some really nice clear plastic here that I've only just noticed, and the gold is all inside it. Very awesome indeed. So you can rotate these this way, so he can kind of look behind himself. It was around the same time you got your dodgy Devastator, so kind of lost interest. Oh yeah, that was a bad one. I remember you saying. He'll have the same sort of elbow joints as he does in robot mode, and then for Dino mode, he's kind of got these double hinged back legs here, which you can see. And then, as you may have seen on the tail, he's got two hinges here, so he's got a little bit of sway as he walks. Now, whoops, didn't mean for that to fly off so hard. So we pull that off, and then we take this and we put it on. We should be able to get it on. Oh, right, okay. There we go. So, they are eyes indeed. So, in the 86 movie, Optimus orders the Dinobots to go and try and stop Devastator. Devastator lays waste to the Dinobots, and there's a moment where he kind of puts his hands together like this and smashes the back of Sludge, and these are the eyes that Sludge makes when it happens. Yeah, so they included that for one moment of the movie on a character who doesn't even appear apart from in the opening scene, really. I don't think I can't remember seeing Sludge again after that moment. Oh, and if you really want to, you can pull the eyes off, apparently. So yeah, that's just some silly fun, and is also something else you can expect from third-party companies. Anyway, just while we're messing about with the head, here's the red eye look. There you are. So the difference between the red eyes and the blue eyes, I think it's initially to do with how the original 1980s toys are. In the cartoon they have blue eyes, the toys had red eyes. But I think it was also a difference in the original 80s comics as well. Like the comics gave them red eyes, but the cartoon had blue eyes. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going for cartoon accuracy, so for me it's the blue eyes. Okay, let me just put these away. Now, Swoop has weapon storage on his display stand and also just on his robot mode. I don't think Sludge has that. It wasn't detailed in the instructions. I don't see anywhere on his robot mode that shows that. No, that's fine. It's not the first time I have a transformer that doesn't have it. Lifts tail, shoves up ass. Oh god, I didn't think about that. There might be room on the inside, but it didn't. Again, the instructions didn't say that, and I'm not about to start messing around with it. Anyway, there is Sludge looking fucking gorgeous. I'm going to save the full Dinobot display for next week's stream, I guess. Anyway, I'm just going to put Sludge down there on the floor because I don't know where else to put him. And next, if you picked up a fart on the mic, it's because I farted. Sorry, I farted. Right, take a little swig. Streaming for 2.5 hours. I think stopping after this one is the right call. So, this is Snarl. Fans Toys Iron Diebots Sever. Fans Toys number 6. Seems to be a smaller box than Sludge was in. There we go. Instructions and character card. Tell you what, Space, if you want your own Dinobots, the Studio Series 86 line might be the one for you. They won't combine, but they should be high quality Dinobots, just to satisfy a casual collector without breaking the bank. Okay, so Snarl comes with similar accessories. Looks like there's ones to give him red eyes as well, and he has a face that screams, "I really need to shit." There's his sword. A bit more basic compared to the others. There's no like pipe detailing on it, but it does have the same gimmick to be able to light up if I had batteries in it, which I don't. And here's his gun. Again, I think it's quite basic. There's no shiny parts on it like there are on Swoops or Sludges, but I like the little pipe there. This bit feels a bit loose, but I don't think it can do anything. I think it's just in there fixed in place. However, this lifts up. Oh, that lifts up, and that's where you put the batteries. Interesting. You don't unscrew it like you do the other ones. Well, there we are. There's a thing. Now, the robot itself. Oh, he came out of there very easily. Let's just stand him there temporarily while we move the polystyrene prison. Oh, hang on. Thank God I looked. There's, oh God, where did that go? There. Blue eyes, white dragon, and here there is a alternate head with an alternate helmet plate thing. Very interesting. Stand those there. Okay. Okay, that really is all that for the polystyrene. So he's already got his hands out. Oh, his head is actually missing. That's why it was loose in the box. Oh, it is. Oh, that's right. Okay. There we go. And then that will just plug in up here. That must have shaken loose in the box. There we go. He's like, I can see. There's a little bit of flex in there. I wonder if I need to shave something down. Okay, but it's sitting there. So another immensely impressive robot mode with the iconic split tail with the thagomisers there on the back. Shiny gold, dotted around all over the place, including on the sails here. God. I'm really excited to see Snarl and Sludge together now. There's some really interesting gimmicks in the back here for the tail. Kind of a split rotation thing to let the tail sway side to side. We'll see more of that later. Oh man. So I think next week I will also compare to the Optimus Prime, because I think I've mentioned before I was really wanting to get Dinobots that are bigger than Optimus Prime in robot mode. And I think these are definitely that. I'm pretty sure my Optimus comes up to about here, but we'll know for sure next time I do the unboxing stream. Okay, well, as we did before, let's show off Snarl with his accessories. He's got the same maneuverability in his hands as the others. A solid thumb, but multiple hinge joints in the fingers. There we are. There we are. Sword at the ready. And a gun. Me snarl say, stick 'em up. Oh, the child in me is screaming. Bit interesting there, that's a bit loose. It does seem to hold a pose though, but the slightest tap and that falls down again. I don't know if that's his actual elbow bend or if that's part of something else. Oh no, it is part of something else, because you can hold that nicely. Oh, I think it's because his elbow's on a double hinge joint, that's why. One is a bit loose and one isn't. But that's fine, as long as he can hold his elbow up. Man. Just absolute brilliance. I've got to... I mean, I would shout out the guy who sold these to me, but I don't want to dox him without his consent, but... Let's just say, shout out to Facebook Marketplace. The person I got this from has installed this logo perfectly. Like, even I couldn't do a better job. Well, no, I know I can't do a better job, because I'm terrible at placing stickers. Okay. So yeah, hands are the same as Sludge. I think they're a little bit smaller, but they've got the same posability. All right, so the head can look around. Yeah, there is a bit of flex there in the face, and I don't think it gets screwed in by. Yeah, those screws on the back are for other parts. So I might have to see what I can do about that. That's obviously why they pinged off in transit. He can look up quite high and look down that far, and can look left to right. Shoulders can lift up just like that, without any secondary joints like what Sludge has. But again, really satisfying clicky joints. There's a double hinged elbow joint that I mentioned, so this bit is one hinge, and that's the one that's quite loose. But if you keep moving it, there's an upper elbow joint, which lets him get his hand up like that. He can't do a thumbs up. That's the best he can do. Sad. Yep, and there is a hand rotation as well. Waist rotation right there. Nice solid ratchets. Did I do a spread for Sludge? I think I did one. But Snarl's spread, limited potentially by the hip skirts. So if I lift those up, yep, he can go further, but only that far, and then that is properly resting on the hip skirts there, so I don't want to strain those. He does have a foot tilt, and that goes for this whole piece here. So he can plant his feet quite securely. Very nice. And then a knee bend, 90 degrees. Very impressive, considering how much of the dinosaur is inside the leg. That ratchet and that movement held together very well. Can he hold his own leg up? That's the question. Ooh, that's a very solid ratchet. So yes, he can hold his own leg up. I think Sludge had the disadvantage of the hips having to press that metal button in to get them to dislocate basically and move down. That made them a bit weaker up at the hip. But I think they had to make it weaker to let it move like that. Right, well, another immensely impressive robot mode. Very similar to Sludge in that he's got the red abdomen and the grey with gold sort of spread around. A bit more grand than Sludge because Snarl has, of course, the iconic Thagomizer split tail behind him. So I can already predict that the hands will need to be closed for the transformation, so let's do that. And then take a look at the instructions. So there's another little character card. See, this says 2014. The box said 2014. Cool. I can trust that. That's going to go on my spreadsheet. Hang on. So this is Sever. Fans Toys Sever. That's the one. 2014. Cool. Okay. So the instructions say, yep, optional face, gun and sword. Hiding hand. So close the fingers and put the thumb down the side, which I've done. And then here we want to lift up this and then this. And then lift up this gold piece here, if I can get my hands on it. Yeah, there you go, that one worked. Flip the hand in, close the gold bit. Okay, and leave these up. Oh right, rotate the arm around like so. Oh, excuse me. Alright, and then rotate these around. Oh, cool, yeah, they've got grooves that tuck beside the shoulder. There we go, like that. And then pull the foot out. And then close these. Cool. I mean, one could say that's an alternate look for the robot mode. Okay. Now we are looking at the back. Specifically these. Lift these up. And then lift the whole thing up like that. And then lift these up. They're on ratcheting extendable arms. Okay. And then open these. Did it want to open like that, or did it want to open with the arms pulled out? With the arms pulled out by the looks of it. Yeah. Open that whole assembly. Then push these back down. I think that's what it means. Yeah, okay. Turn these out. And then close the tail together, so you'll see these like wheeled bits here. They just sandwich together like that, another set there. And again, they're designed to let you do this whilst being able to split the tail. Very cool. Raise the tail for one step. So I think that means like that. Yeah, okay, we'll leave it like that for now. Robot head storage, so this piece comes down and then we push the head inside and close that back up, and then this comes down over the top like that. Very nice and neat. Neat and tidy. Right, now we're looking at the back. This okay, so it I think it rotates like that, and then this closes around it, but it's not currently in the right position, so let me just take it closer. Oh. Nope, there we go, that looks correct, and now these close around the side. Yeah, and I can see the little divots and tabs that all meet up together. There we go. So we've got the back end of a Stego right now. Oh, that's right, I remember from watching the reviews now. We'll see something else interesting in a minute. If anyone's wondering where the Dino mode head is, stay tuned. Rotate the waist, Transformation of thigh. Rotate that and rotate that, and these are on a sliding joint and it says to push out like that. Press with some strength, it says. Is it meant to click? Hang on. Okay, it didn't click. I'll assume it doesn't click. I've got to say, I'm quite impressed with the instructions for this. A lot of third-party companies, their instructions cannot always be the clearest. Okay. Fold that out. And fold that out. Same on this side. And close that in. And lift it all the way around like that. And close this up inside there. Move that out of the way, we're looking at it this way. Open this bit. Might have to look at it the other way. That bit, then, yep, looking at it this way, we take this and rotate it around like that. Same on that side. Turn up and out like that. So there's the dino head, or half of it anyway. Alright, and then turn this up. Like that. Lovely. Same on this side. Cool. There you go. These all fold together, and then actually I think I probably should have folded it up before pulling these together. There we go. There we are. Yeah, there we go. We have Snarl, who surprisingly doesn't have the same like panel coverage that Sludge has, but I'm okay with that. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Here is our big chunky stegosaur with very shiny feet. And then on the last page there, it's just reminding us how to swap the face out. Nice. Well, there we have him. And look at that. A perfectly aligned Autobot badge on the dino head there. A dino head which flips up quite easily, but that's fine. One could say it's a bit of articulation. Speaking of, there is a bit of a bend in the back leg, as we can see there. Foot swivel, and the foot can kind of tilt back and forth as well, although that's mostly transformation related. As I said earlier, the tail has this swaying motion thanks to the hinges that are built inside the robot there. Sorry, despite the fact that they split apart. Bendable elbows or knees, I don't know. They have a bit of a tilt as well on the feet. Not much, but it's there. These are also die cast. The head has a nice side-to-side motion, again, which is impressive despite the fact that it splits in half. And he can open his jaw as well, although I had to fully dislocate his head in order to do that. He does not have anything in his mouth to indicate fire breathing. But there we go. So, I can't show all the Dinobots together at this moment in time, but what I can do is show Sludge and Snarl together. Fucking fantastic. I've been waiting so long to get Dinobots in my collection like this. I know I got Studio Series 86 Grimlock, but that's more for the mainline kind of interest. This is the core of my collection right here. Masterpiece scale robots that turn into whatever they turn into. And I got a full set of Dinobots. There's still 2 more to unpack. Wheeljack. I'm going to make some new robots in disguise. I'm making dinosaurs in gold. Just call me Smartbot. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, Wheeljack was a idiot savant. A stupid genius. Right, well, as is tradition, I shall quickly, or as quickly as I can, turn all of these wonderful beasts and vehicles back into their robot mode, and we'll just look at them all laid out together. So, starting with Bumblebee, of course. Oops. There you go, he started the process for me. That way? Oh yeah, that way. Gotta do his head first. Okay. There we are. Studio Series Transformers 1 Bumblebee. Let's give him this on one hand and this on the other. And then this one will store on the back. Oops. There he is. There's his robot mode. Next up, Studio Series Starscream, again from Transformers 1. Just got to think of the order that I stored everything in when I did the vehicle transformation, and then just follow the steps backwards. There we are, Starscream getting his heels out. Ooh. had to move that further up than I thought. There we go. Nearly there, I think. Just gotta... that's right, these need to go up here. Should have probably done that earlier, never mind. Come on. There we go. How were the wings before? Oh, like that, okay. Nice. Okay, cool. There is Starscream, and now we can see both of those in robot mode. Next up was Devastation Sideswipe, I believe. This will be a quick and easy one to do. There we go. I did say left shoulder, didn't I? Yeah. Cool. There's Devastation Sideswipe. And now the little one. He's just a little guy. Right, yep, cool, that's that. Dial M for Minicom. And I think that was facing backwards, wasn't it? There's the trousers. Head up. Fold those down. Oh, that's right, the seat comes off. Oops. The seat comes up. These fold out, the seat comes back down. Cool. Trousers. Yep, spot on, they go in there. And then we put Micronus in here. Close this up around him. Yep, like that. Put the Chimera Stone in here. And then give him his arms back. If they stay in place. There we go. Oops. Cool. There's Micronus Prime. And now the big bastards, who I think I will need more room for to transform, so let's move these guys out of the way. Okay, let's think. Where did this start? Or where did it end? Open these up like that. Good. Close these up. And then, that's right, this thing opens, doesn't it? It does open, doesn't it? Let's... oh yes. Lift these up, close those tabs in, put those back down. That should, yep, free it up to let it split. What bit frees the tail up. Oh, there we go, that helps. Rotate that around, secure these into place. Yep. Oh god. Hard work when he's this heavy. That'll do it. Oh wait, no. Pull that back out. Pull that out. And then this bit. these are the legs that split apart, and then this folds up inside, doesn't it? But oh god, it's hidden too damn well. Put him down and there we go. Oh, you know what? I think when the leg closes around this, it locks it in place so that you don't accidentally open it. That's very cool. There we go. Gotta get that done very precisely. And that closes in there. Then you close the leg up. Cool. Cool, blimey. Right, once I've done this a few times, I'll have it nailed down. So now that I know how this bit works, oh god, trying to collapse this side piece up. There we go. Okay, so these pull apart slightly, but not all the way. And that lets me lift those up, lift these up, and those up. Back down. Bring the head out. So here's where I probably have to refer back to the instructions, because I know that the head had to be tucked away in a certain position. Yeah, here. So with this bit sticking up, that bit facing there, this bit's got to be horizontal, this bit straight down, and that bit there, and then that. Oh god. There we go, perfect. Right. And then get the hands out. Right, cool. Yeah, he still kind of wants to lean back a bit. see what I can do about that. But there is Sludge in robot mode, minus sword and rifle. I can't really be bothered with that right now. And then lastly, we'll convert Snarl to a robot mode, and then we will draw things to a close. Whew. Okay. I think this finished with the legs as well, didn't it? Yeah. Just ease these pieces apart. Lift these up. There we go, like that. There we go. Let's do one leg before working on the other. Not actually sure if that was the correct orientation, but I've got to put the head back in anyway. Oh no, that's right, the head goes in like this, and that sits there. Cool. How did this bit work? Oh, that might have it. Oh god. Oh yeah, I think that's done it. Foot tucks in there. That closes up in there. And then we've got these pieces here that fold out to hold the leg together. Yeah, nice. That's one leg. There we go. Cool. There's robot legs. And now robot upper body. These split apart. No, get the head out first. Oh no! Pushed his face off. Alright, I've got to put these in. Push these up. And this comes around. Nice. And then these come back down. Just bringing it closer to see if this plugs in anywhere. Nope, just sits along the back. Nice. Let me just put his face back together real quick. Cool. And now we've got to fix his arms. Take those out. Oh, and rotate them. Is there a better way to rotate them that doesn't interfere with the... Yeah, okay. Cool. And now the same on this side. Nearly there, folks, and then we'll be drawing this to a close. Alright, so there we have Sludge and Snarl in robot mode, looking fucking brilliant. God, they look so good together. I can't... Oh, and because he's here in robot mode already, here's Swoop. Who... Oh god, they're so big I can't fit them all in frame. There we are. Oh, man. Very happy indeed to see all those together. And again, let's just bring out... well, I guess it's a roll call. Here's this crew. There we go. Micronus, Devastation Sideswipe, TFOne Bumblebee, TFOne Starscream, and Fans Toys, Sever, and Stomp, aka Snarl and Sludge. Featuring Swoop, who was not unboxed on stream because I couldn't get my mitts off them when they arrived. Oh boy. Well, I, for one, am very glad that I did not choose to open the rest of the Transformers. So again, that may become a Thursday stream, it might be a next week stream, it could be a Sunday special, who knows? Pardon me. Right, standard affair for a Tuesday. No raid, because it's just a one-off stream. I am worn out. There's a lot of talking, there's a lot of fiddling with plastic crack, or die-cast crack. I'll try and get some pictures posted in the Discord of them this week. But I will see you guys tomorrow for some more Okami. Until then, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Space. GG to yourself as well. Have all yourselves a merry evening, and see you later. Bye.